Last time on One Piece, Luffy has awakened to the powers of his fruit, unleashing devastating powers that have turned him into a force to be reckoned with. Even Kaido can't seem to fully grasp the extent of Luffy's abilities, but it's also obvious that Luffy's new awakening is taking a lot out of him. How long can he last? And will Kaido finally fall before then? Let's find out. Alright, One Piece, Chapter 1046, Raizo. Which is so odd to hear. I mean, Raizo has already been a part of so many different things. Having a chapter titled Raizo makes me wonder, what's Raizo gonna do? We also have the cover story. It's Germa Double Six's An Emotionless Excursion, Volume 9. Two intruders in Pudding's home, Chocolate Town. It's gotta be Ichiji and Reiju, because one of them is very obviously a feminine foot. It feels weird to say that, but it's obviously someone wearing, like, platform heels or whatever. Which I feel that speaks more to Oda's art style, where you can tell something like that. Okay, we're back to the top of Onigashima. Luffy's still bouncing with his rubber abilities. I love how people called it that Luffy would just, the moment he awakens his ability and is able to turn the ground into rubber, he'd just be bouncing all over the place. You can still hear that drum heartbeat of his, doom, dot, 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 doom, dot, 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 doom, dot, 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 doom, dot, dot, dot. And Luffy, while he's bouncing, says, "What do you think I should call that last one? Gum Gum, what?" Meanwhile, Kaido, who was laid out after having his head punctured by Luffy's fist, is just like, I just have one question. Who are you? A very odd question to ask Luffy. And Zunisha, off in the distance, right behind the world government ships, is thinking to themselves, how long it's been since I heard this rhythm. Joyboy, oh Joyboy, it's as though you're right there. My heart is dancing. I cannot help but feel that fate is at work. I cannot help but put my hopes in him. The way Zunisha says that is odd. So it's like Zunisha acknowledges Joyboy, but knows that Luffy is not Joyboy. Interesting. Like Zunisha knows that Luffy has kind of embodied what Joyboy used to, but also acknowledges that Luffy is not Joyboy. So it's not a reincarnation, or even like the spirit of Joyboy possessing Luffy. And Luffy, still bouncing around, says, who am I? I'm Monkey D. Luffy, the man who will surpass you and become King of the Pirate. Kaizukuni! Orewanara! Love it. Ooh, jeez. Oh, wow. Jolie just turned the page and this looks intense. Okay, before we get to that, you have Kaido giving an evil, wicked smile, going, I'm relieved to hear you still got sass, straw hat. Awakening is what happens when your mind and body catch up to your powers. Oh, okay. That's an interesting way of putting it. And those are certainly ridiculous powers. So it's not so much that awakening is you surpassing the limitations. Awakening is your true ability unleashed. That's surreal. Kaido says, I've lost quite a lot. Much of what I've built up over the years. My followers, my castle. Same for you, right? But Luffy says, but there's still something I gotta take back from you. He's talking about Wano. But then Kaido unleashes a barrage with his Kanabo, his Kundali Dragon Swarm! And all the impacts hit Luffy, but his body like contorts to the impact. And then Luffy goes, take this, as he lets out several blows. And I'm starting to kind of understand the way this almost worked. I think Luffy's hit Kaido and stretch his body like it was rubber, so again, more confirmation that Luffy's attacks do even turn the other person into a form of rubber. But they seem to also inflict internal damage, so it's representative of the intensity of his strikes too, so that even those with tough skin are still affected by Luffy. Surreal. And after Luffy and Kaido's onslaught, they're both tired as all get out. Oh, but no, it's the smoke. It's the smoke from below. Luffy starts coughing because of it. Kaido goes, hoof, hoof. The battle is burning. Everything below, from the performance floor to the castle. There are thousands of your men down there too. They will all burn to death. But Luffy gives a smile and says, nah, I left everyone else in charge down there. All I have to do is beat you. As he does Sonic's super peel-out attack, essentially, he goes racing out after Kaido. And Kaido just goes, demolition gusts! And sends out a massive, one of those wind-sliced waves after Luffy. But Luffy just picks up his crotch and just goes whoop, right over it. Okay, we're cutting away. Man, the fire is raging. Cut to the performance floor under the dome. Everything is on fire at this point. Everything. You got people yelling, put out the flames. It's beyond just the castle. All the towers are burning too. Chopper goes racing over to Nami, saying, are you alright, Nami? What can we do? The fires are only getting bigger. And Zoro and Sanji and Frankie and Usopp and Robin and Brook and Jinbei are all missing. Are they stuck in the fire? Nami says, oh no, really? But we can't search for them because all of Onigashima is burning at this point. We're in danger right here. Unless this island lands on the ground again, there's no escape. And Chopper asks, Zeus, can you make rain? And Zeus says, that fire will give me burns. So even Zeus has his limitations. And you see some of the beast pirates who are under Thomas' control in the castle basement yelling out, it's too late. The flames are on all sides. There's no escape. Damn it all. Cut to the first floor where we see Beppo, Sachi, and Penguin and a few of the samurais. And Beppo, he's passing out saying, I can't take the heat. Penguin says, you're such a handful, Beppo. Man, it's hot though. Sachi calls out, maybe we are done for. I can't imagine getting out alive. Help us, Captain! And back at the basement, Brook and Robin have met up with some of the samurai. The samurai are calling out, oh, you poor guy. We're so sorry. We have no words. And Brook's response is, excuse me, I may be a corpse, but I am not charred. So they think he died in battle, or he's been viciously mutilated or something. Oh, poor Brook. He then says to Robin, if only there were a way for all of us to escape. And Robin says, but there might not be. And it's obvious they're fatigued. We then cut to the pleasure hall, Left Brain Tower, where Sanji is hanging out with the girls of the pleasure hall, trying to help them escape. But he says there's no way out. This way, the entire garden's gone. Then we cut back to the basement, where you have Apu and the member of the numbers that he ran away with, I should say. And okay, so he was trying to punch their way out to find a way to escape, but I guess the number burned himself just touching the castle walls. And Scratchman Apu goes, don't complain about how hot it is. Break down the wall or we're gonna die. You want a working arm or do you want to live? And the dude's just like, what? AB? Apu continues on, what is that size good for if you won't use it, moron? It is obvious the number is getting really tired of Apu's shit. And Apu goes, oh yeah? You want to fight? Oh man. We cut to, again, the basement, where we have Usopp, Hamlet, and they're carrying away Kinemon and Akiku. Usopp sends out one of his special attack, Green Star Sprinkler, which is like producing water, but then it just ignites on fire, much to Usopp's dismay, and Hamlet goes, it's literally a drop in a bucket, and we need a lot more than a bucket. Usopp's pissed, but also scared because he's crying, as he goes, shut up, I gotta do something, I made a promise to Izo, I want to save Kin and Kiku, and while we're at it, I want to save myself. And it's obvious Hamlet is taking offense to that as he goes, were you gonna include my name in that list too, boss? He's just like, were you just planning on leaving me? Dude, not cool. Meanwhile, Frankie, okay, I had to look at the scene real quick to know what's going on. Frankie is running with away from the fire with Zoro on his shoulder, and it looks like some of the beast pirates who are with Sasaki earlier are following behind him. Frankie goes, how is there this much fire in the castle? Where am I supposed to go? I gotta get this guy to Chopper. Zoro's life is in danger. While the beast pirates are following him and saying, help us, bro. We're all gonna burn before that happens. And Frankie says, if you keep whining like that, it says, you keep whining like that and I'll show you a burn. So I guess Frankie's helping them to get to safety, all things considered. And you cut back to Jinbei and Raizo, I guess. Yeah. On the 4th floor, Raizo calls out, I am prepared, Sir Jinbei. I appreciate your faith in me. Weird. And Jinbei calls out, Luffy chose you samurai for our alliance. Why would I doubt you? Now come! What's the plan here? Raizo says, very well. If anything, I am the one putting my trust in you. And he thinks, I have been prepared for this ever since that fateful day. And he cuts back to 20 years ago when Oden's castle was on fire. You got Kawamatsu, Raizo, and Kinemon looking for Oden's family, calling out, Lady Toki, Lord Momonosuke, Lady Hori. I guess he just regrets that he wasn't able to be of more use. Raizo says, I failed to protect Lord Oden that day. I left his family exposed to the flames of the burning castle. And despite my ninjutsu, I failed to protect a single one of them. I utterly shamed myself. But I swore never to let that happen again, so... And I guess this is when Raizo arrived on Zou not too long ago. And when he met up with Inuarashi, he goes, Inuarashi, what is this? What is this rain? And Inuarashi goes, Zunisha is bathing. Oh! And Raizo says, what a deluge! May I take some of it? Ooh, with his scrolls. He put water in the scroll. That's what's happening. I honestly thought it was going to be Zunisha to put out Onigashima. But with everything that's been building up until this point, hey, wow, Raizo. Really coming in clutch? Like the low-key MVP of this whole situation. Raizo goes, I refuse to allow anyone who undertook this righteous raid to perish in mere flame. I've left you waiting long enough. Witness a flood that will have you doubting your very eyes. Ninpo, scroll jutsu, the elephant's bath. Nin, nin, nin! And he unseals one of his scrolls as a torrent of water goes blasting out. And he says, Restoration! And it goes blasting and consumes Jinbei, a whole torrent of water. And Jinbei, in the current, says, this is a big one. And he grabs the water with Water Heart, Fishman Jujitsu, Ocean Current, Shoulder Throw, as he swirls the water around him. And we see it, the water just goes blasting through the floor, like, damn! And you have some of the minks trying to escape the flames on the 3rd floor going, it's another dead end, we can't go on, BB! And BB the gorilla says, what's the point of this battle if you let a few smarks beat you? Did someone run around committing arson or what? You are spot on with that, BB. But all of a sudden, water comes rushing through the roof right at them. Man, I mean, burning to death or drowning, but the water will recede eventually. There's only so much water that can be in that scroll, but there is a lot of water in that scroll. As it goes blasting down to the 2nd floor, as Jinbei is still doing the shoulder throw, saying, flush out the entire castle! And Raizo, with this scroll still open, goes, let it be in time. Save everyone, Water of Zou. And then you get to the 1st floor, as I guess some of the kid pirates are hauling away Killer, who, I mean, after his fight, he's a little bit down for the count. But he says, let me down, boys. Fwa fwa. But his crew says, please, Killer, at least let us do this for you. Yeah, where do we go, though? There's no escape. And I guess Killer says, it's really rumbling. As water just comes racing by them, flushing them all away. And they say, it's water? We're saved! And then I guess you have Momonosuke and Yamato talking. Yamato says, hurry, Momonosuke. And Momonosuke responds, huh? Why? Kaido is still alive. And Yamato says, it can't hold any longer. The flame clouds won't last. You have to make flame clouds to keep Onigashima aloft. It's always been the only solution. And Momonosuke is scared looking at Yamato saying, what? As Yamato says, Onigashima is going to fall. As Luffy grabs lightning? Is even lightning affected by his powers? Like, he grabs it. Does his power even allow him to make non-physical objects physical? That's wild. It's just like Zeus just grabbing a lightning bolt, bearing down on Kaido. And like he was just like, oh, you want to throw the elements at me, do ya? I'm trying to wonder how he's doing that. So if he was touching water, could he like turn water into a physical object? If he was touching fire, could he do that with fire? That's weird. Yeah, I'm just really wondering about Luffy's ability right here. How is he doing this? And so, also, Yamato saying Momonosuke has to produce those flame clouds. I mean, Yamato's not wrong. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. Like, it's obvious that the fight between Luffy and Kaido is about to reach its end. Like, it's gonna take one solid hit from either one of them to just lay the other one out. And Yamato's just like, look, I can tell this is about to come to a conclusion. If you don't create flame clouds, everybody inside's gonna have a lot more to worry about than just the friggin' fire. I never would have guessed, though, that Raizo would be the one to expel the water of Zou into Onigashima. But then again, Zunisha is not close enough to have been able to do anything. And with the way Onigashima was going up in flames, yeah, we needed a quick solution. I'm just glad it was a combined effort from both Raizo and Jinbei. That's pretty cool. Because, yeah, everything was getting super desperate. I'm glad we got, like, an update to where pretty much everyone is. Nami and Chopper are on the performance floor. Luffy's on the roof. Brook and Robin are in the basement. Sanji's in the left brain tower. Usopp's also in the basement, so he might end up running into Brook and Robin. And Frankie and Zoro are all the way on the right brain tower. And Jinbei's up on the 4th floor. So everybody is in very different locations. So it would have been a good while before anyone met up with each other. And the way the fire was spreading so much, it's just like, yeah, we need to do something about these flames. Again, kudos to Raizo, because it's just like, he was prepared to burn to death, he was prepared to extinguish a great amount of flames. Like, Raizo has had a lot of regrets he's been dwelling on, and it's just like, you got a lot of people who think, oh, the second time around I'll be able to live up and conquer this challenge, and this, that, and the other, but Raizo really kind of lived up to it. But there's also one other thing. When Kaido asks Luffy, who are you? I wonder what he meant by that. Was he wondering if Luffy knew the prophecy? Or was he wondering if Luffy knew anything about Joyboy? Zunisha seems to acknowledge Luffy as Joyboy, but what does that really even mean to be Joyboy? To be the sun god Nika? To be anything that Luffy is? What are the extent of Luffy's powers and abilities? There's just so many questions. I know we're fast approaching the finale, but I almost want to see Luffy continue to fight just to get a better grasp on what his awakening, Gear 5th, the Sun God powers actually are able to fully do. It's just so many questions. If you have any thoughts and theories, place them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. I don't think he controls lightning. I just think he's able to grasp it like a physical object. And even maybe turn lightning into rubber, essentially, too. And the revelation that awakening is the true power of your fruit. And this is the highest Luffy can go. I don't see any other power-ups beyond this. Because if that's what awakening is, what else could you really need? And I do enjoy that even with this awakening, Luffy is still just pretty much at an even keel with Kaido. That's all he's managed to really get. It's still a struggle. I'm just so curious about so many things. Again, let me know your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. That way you don't miss out on the next one. And until then, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.